Friends, hello. Man, I'm excited. I'm pumped. This is turning into something a little different maybe, and I'm going to talk about a few different scenarios that might be playing out here with Trump Media. And today was the first day with the stock finally as Trump Media Technology, DJT, ticker for this one, Donald Trump's initials. So covering some news, what's going on, talk a little bit about Rumble, and maybe some other things here, but let's break down what happened today with Trump Media. Sounds so weird saying that still, Trump Media. I'll probably say Digital World, you'll catch me saying it. But today with Trump Media here, this was a pretty good day. It's kind of, it's kind of doing as I expected. I was thinking today would still be pretty much a hot day, and it is. With the stock, and the stock is really getting a lot of people's attention. Obviously, it is all over the news, and it's being talked about in every single capacity way it possibly could be, negative, positive, whatever. And obviously, it's being talked about that it is a hype play right now. It's a hype move, and that is true. That is true. That that's not really negative to say that. That is what is going on here. That's fair to say, because You shouldn't be buying this stock right now for $60 a share, in the sense of like that's what it equals out to with what this company is bringing in revenue wise. This is a new company. They're not really making a whole lot of money right now. And that's to be expected. That's fair. So when people come at the company for those reasons, it's like, well, I'm. This is a hype play still. This is a what if, what could be scenario still, and that's totally fine. That's okay, because a lot of people are making money off of that. Where there's hysteria, there's hype, there's FOMO in the market, there's money to be made. We've seen that time and time again. So talking about that, let's talk about that shift right now that we're seeing in the stock, potentially. I think it's a little too soon to say, but from the general consensus of what you're seeing in chat rooms, the media, with what's going on with the stock right now, the stock could do something very interesting this year. It could do something very interesting. First of all, there's nothing else like this on the market right now. This is turning into a little bit of a AMC situation in one particular reason. It's being controlled. It's being controlled by investors. It's being controlled by investors pushing it up. Naturally, when you see companies merge into another company like this isn't anything new. This happens all the time where two companies merge into each other. One company's already on, the NASDAQ, and then they move. Then another company with, they make a deal. They move in together, and then they put their, blank, blank, blank on the stock exchange to trade hands. And there'll be a generally big push, like we're seeing with Trump Mania here. Trump Media. But usually after that, there is a huge fall from grace. Everyone knows the valuation is way too high. They get out, they take their money, and they're gone, and the stock just plummets. And then all that's left there are people that actually believe in the company and that think it might actually do something. With this scenario right now, we're seeing that we have an army of investors wrapped up in this right now, which is good if you're in it. And a lot of the feedback I'm getting and I'm seeing was things that I was saying 2 months ago, that I was saying this last year, and I was getting crap for it, but it's starting to happen. I think if you went through a Trump presidency, what am I trying to say? Where Trump was actually president, and you were around for that, and you saw the market in that was a different market than what we have right now. And it's seeing how people, whether you want to admit it or not, Trump has a huge following. He has a huge following. So with that, you're seeing people buy into Trump Media right now strictly. They don't care about finances. They don't care about debt ratio to profit. They don't care about what the daily volume is. They don't care about what's coming up. They just want to be a part, and they trust Trump. Great, good. That's your God-given right. Do what you want to do. But with that, you're seeing that chunk of investors wrapped up in this right now. You're still seeing the investor in this, the other chunk of it, that are pushing it and hyping it up and making money on it on a daily basis. I mean, just today alone, this thing was trading around over $70 and some change. and then it fell to $63, and then it shot back up to almost 70 again. That is a huge advantage if you are day trading. I mean, those are crazy numbers right now. There's not a lot of other things like this in the market right now that are moving with such volatility. So day traders, sharks, short traders, in and out, they're coming here and they're just scooping up shares and they're getting rid of them within minutes, hours, and they're getting their money. Great, good. That is what trading is about. But I think there is another part of this where the long-term investor, which probably more than likely is the person that is in the Trump camp where they just want to be a part of it, it's a very dangerous road for them right now because, this is going to be a volatile stock. I truly believe that what I started this argument with right here is that you're seeing the Trump people finally see this and get involved in it. Trump investor, and I don't say that to be mean or anything. I'm just saying, I'm trying to compartmentalize what's going on right now in my own head with this stock so I can understand what's going on with it here in the future, so I can be a part of it and know what to do with it. So that's what I'm really trying to do here. This is my Cinderella man moment. This is what I'm trying to put on a canvas here. So you have the Trump people that are they just want to plow into it. Great. But they're going to be your long-term investors too. They're not going to sell. Okay. So they're holding on to massive amounts of shares at, $30, $60, $70, maybe $20, maybe $10. Maybe they've been here for quite a while. They're okay with it. They don't care. So with that, those shares are not going anywhere, and we're having more shares ate up by people that are like, well, you know what, this thing's not really going down right now, and the media is going bananas over it right now because the general media is totally PO'd that it's doing so well because obviously, they don't want it to. And, the new thing going on right now is Trump is selling Bibles to raise capital for, his problems going on. And, who cares? If you want to buy a Bible from Trump, buy a Bible. Who cares? You don't have to buy the Bible. It's ridiculous what people are saying right now. But I guess Joe needs to start selling some Bibles now or something. Then people will be okay with that. But anyway, getting back to I'm starting talking about politics here. Getting back on track here. Kind of where I'm at with this stock. This is what everybody keeps asking me. What do I think is going to happen here? Like I said, I'm just a guy that I'm not trying to give financial advice. I'm just a guy that's been doing this for I don't know how many years now on YouTube and in my own personal life trading. We don't have a pattern. We don't have something else to follow this. We've never seen this. My general comment that I want to scream from the mountaintop and I want to say to people is get out and run at this moment. That's what I want to say. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Because generally things like this that have so much push, it's usually a big push with a lot of dump. And we still could. I need to see a 7-day trading period in this stock right now for me to feel comfortable where it's going. Because it could fall to 40 by Friday. But by Monday, it could be back up to 70. You see what I'm saying here? What I am saying is that we could possibly this year, this stock will not follow the suit of how a stock is supposed to perform. It could be manipulated to where investors, Trump mania, general just day traders in the market, people that are just buying up shares because they want to be a part of what Trump's doing, are pushing this thing to ridiculous numbers. We're not even talking about quarterlies. We're not talking about deals. We're not talking about anything like that right now. And that's why I say this is generally like an AMC situation. AMC wasn't pushed because it was bringing out quarterlies. It was quite the opposite. If you were around for that moment while Trump was in office and all that stuff with the ape and all that kind of stuff. And obviously this is a completely different situation. I'm not trying to give a genesis of what that was. The main point is that it was controlled and manipulated by investors, AMC. And we could see that with Trump media here. We could see it where people are so wanting Trump to succeed and able to keep buying the stock and keep running it. It could happen. I made a video about 2-3 months ago where I said, so, Trump media here, True Social, whatever you want to call it, this stock could run to $500. And I still stand by that. And I stand by that because there's no rules. We've never seen this. This could get really wacky. And people, whether you want to admit it or not, there's a huge population that likes Trump, that loves Trump. And this right here could be a huge tool that they use for him. And that's kind of what I'm trying to be careful what I say here, because, obviously the platform I'm using, I don't want to, if you know, you know. This stock could be turned into a general tool for him to raise capital, do things like that. He has not taken out any kind of money as we know of yet. And that's the other kind of thing that the media is trying to hype on right now, that Trump will take, he will start selling shares and all this stuff. And I don't know. If he does, he does. I don't know that's even going to matter. I don't know it's going to matter. It might do the complete opposite of what the general media thinks, and it might do well. It might do well for him. News does not happen the same. Bad news is not bad news for Trump with it is for a lot of people. So talking about Rumble just a little bit here, everything's coming out here. I'm still trying to go over what's going on with Rumble, but Rumble had a 2% increase. So Rumble did good. They weren't great on quarterlies, but they did do good. So, will Rumble finally start hitting a double-digit number here? I don't know. I do think that Rumble is going to run here this year more than it has. I think it's going to be generally attached to Trump media, the mania, whatever you want to call it. And it's really going to get pushed off that. So I do suspect Rumble to do well tomorrow. I mean, they did do a good quarterly. It wasn't mind-blowing, but it was good, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing right now, that it did good. So friends, with Digital World acquisition here, I know, listen, I don't have a crystal ball. People want me to give them like I have that, what's it called, the almanacal book that Biff had in Back to the Future. I wish I had one of those. I don't. I'm just trying to really, I'm trying to see where this is going myself, and I want to be completely honest with you. I don't want to lie to anybody. With you being involved in this right now, I do think that this needs to be a situation where you feel comfortable, because I do think the stock is going to be very volatile up and down. I think there's a 50% chance that this thing is going to plummet back down to $30 to $20 range. I think there's another 50% to where this thing is going to keep going. I just don't know if it's going to be soon. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm wondering if there's going to be a huge plummet here for about 30, 40, 50 days. And then once we get kind of done with summer, closer to August, September, we're really going to start to see push and growth in the stock to where it's almost a tool in Trump's campaign, to where people are pushing it. And that's kind of my whole argument right here. What I'm trying to say is that this isn't going to be a stock that's going to follow quarterlies this year, I think. I don't think it's going to, it's not going to have people investing in it because they think it's going to be, the general people that are here for the long run obviously are here for Trump. But I don't, the consensus of, the right way to invest in a stock, I guess, is what I'm really trying to say. When it comes to, are they bringing in revenue? Are they paying off debt? What is their debt? Do they have cash on hand? What do they have going on? It's not gonna react like that this year to a general stock. It's just not. It's not gonna follow the rules. It's gonna be a rogue stock the rest of the year. I really do believe that. And it's just going to make its own rules. It's going to do what it wants to do. And there's really no easy way to call it from this point until we get closer to November. I think that's really what we're looking at here. Until we get closer to November, that's really where we'll know. So, cut to 4 months from now, I'm going to feel more comfortable where we're at with this. But I do think this thing will run hard again here this year. I think we will have an even bigger push with this stock towards September, October, and November. We will see numbers with this stock that we have not ever seen. And I think it's going to break rules. I think it's going to break the media. I think it's going to just be ridiculous in a good way. I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean it in a, this is so much so that when you look at it and you go this makes no sense. This makes no sense, but I'm in it. I'm happy, and it's killing it right now. So friends, I'm going to shut up. Congratulations everybody. A lot of you have been commenting, say how much money you've made. That's so awesome. I'm so happy for people that stuck in there with it and still pushing it. But like I said, just, be careful. I'm still so young to really call where this is going to go right now. But I still think there's a lot of fight here. There's still a lot of fight that's going to come. I'm just curious if we're going to see a big sell-off right now. With a slow build back up, kind of like we did going into this. So, because, 2 months ago, this thing was at, fighting for $14. When I was talking about this 2 months ago and saying this, I was not getting any views. People were calling me crazy, and people were sending me almost like, I don't want to say death threats, but they were saying extremely foul things to me through comments because I was talking about this and saying that it was going to run hard. Well, hopefully those people listen. They better, and they did something. I don't know, but the ones that made it, stuck in there with it, congratulations. You did the right thing, and this is the fun of the market, man. This is great. This is when the little guy wins, and it's really fun. I hope people that made money do something really special with their money, whether you invest it again. And this is what it's all about. I believe there's investors that have those few big, cash outs where they take profit and they can split that money up into other things, do smart things with it, or just generally help their family. So that's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. That's what it's all about. Friends, I will talk to you soon. Take care, and I'm gonna drink some more coffee, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.